Good morning, everyone. I got through reading the comments on this here, and one of my viewers said they use low ESR capacitors for here, but I asked what value low ESR should I use, and I don't get an answer for that, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just put a new cap in, it'll have low ESR, and that'll be it. So, when they talk about low ESR, I need to know the value. So I've got a blue ESR tester that I got for Christmas a number of years back. And when I get these out, I'll test the ESR, and I'll check it ESR on the replacements. Some of you say don't put this on the outside. I have no intention of putting this one on the outside because it contains line voltage on it. I really don't know what the voltage is. I'm trying to get this stuff off of here, and that stuff ain't coming off. That stuff is not coming off. That glue is there to stay. So my only hope is to pry this up, I guess, and just hope I don't rip anything else off of, like the insulation on this transformer and stuff. But these are, as I said, these are not made to be serviced. Not made. They're it's throwaway electronics. But I'm going to give it a try. And what I'm going to do is, I can't work on camera. I cannot work. It takes me too long. It'll have a 10-hour video trying to do something that would probably take, maybe it would take me an hour or 2 hours to do it. And the average person probably take 20 minutes to do, because everything is 10 times longer for me. Mainly because I'm not familiar with this stuff. But the real thing is, changing capacitors are basic, but when you can't get at them and they're glued into place, it's impossible. So I'm going to stop the video now, and I'm going to try to clean this stuff off of here, and also around here, so I can get these caps out here. Then I got to look and see what I've got for electrolytics. Now, these are 16 volt, as you saw on the video, and I did too. They're 1,000 microfarads. So, probably going to end up putting them in. But if I go over 16 volts, like say 20, there's a good possibility they won't fit in here. They'd probably be physically too big. I don't even know what I got, but let me do all that off camera, and I'll be back. I'm going to look at my inventory now and see what I have. I don't know what the value of this is yet, because I'm going to have to try to dig this stuff out. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I think what I'm going to have to do is to pry up underneath here with a screwdriver and force this up, and then I could probably read the value on the side. My guess is it's probably about 450 microfarads at maybe 200 volts or so. I don't know. But I'm guessing. So, and there's a fuse here, but I couldn't read that, what the value is. But obviously it's not blown because I was getting something out of here. It just wasn't good. Also, I got a good suggestion of putting a scope on it. Yes, and or putting a digital meter on it and putting it on the AC scale and reading the ripple. I'm very well aware of that. I've done these things before as far as reading ripple. Or doing it with a scope. That's not a problem. The problem is, we know it's got bad caps. Now, somebody said this, replace all 4 caps. There was only 3 caps here, and two blue caps here, which I know are not bad. Almost 100% sure that they're not bad. So there's only three. You got two electrolytics here and a big one here. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to try to get that glue out of there. I'll probably end up wrecking it, because I'll probably have to dig it out with my wire nippers here. Try to pull it out with needle nose, or try to dig it out with my small flat blade. We'll do all that off camera. We'll be back. All right. It's a 33 microfarad at 300 volts. But you can see what happens with the glue. It rips off the labeling and everything on it. So it's bulged. Can plainly see that. Okay, so there it is right there. So that won't be too bad. See, I can work with stuff like this, but I had a hell of a time getting this stuff out of here. Because the wrapping of the electrolytic stuck to the transformer because of the glue that they used in here. I don't know what kind of glue this is. But I'm going to look through my stash. I wanted to get this out. So this was the hardest to get out. And let's see, that goes in there. And it's connected. I'm not sure. Here and here. Looks like it might be here and here. All right, and yes, I'm going to use my desoldering station when it's time to remove that. I'll do all that after. I got to check my inventory first on my caps. So, from what I understand, this is the main filter for the line. In other words, the line comes in, it gets rectified. Where the hell are the diodes? Could this be a diode pack here? I can't see that. I see it in the viewfinder, but that looks like a cap. And that's a fuse right there in the foreground. Okay. Wait a minute here. I just spotted another cap, so maybe there is 4 caps in here. But that one, that one's not bulged, so I'm not going to mess with that. That's too close. That's too close to that, whatever that thing is, that black thing, some kind of chip or something. Right there. But this is not bulged. So I would say it's probably okay. So, all right, I'm gonna do an inventory check now, and I will be right back. I don't know, did I misread this? I thought it was 300 volts. That's damn eyesight, I'm telling you. I don't trust myself working on these things. We're not going to be able to replace this. That's 33 microfarad at 400 volts. Okay? Now I'm going to show you something. That's a 33 microfarad at 400 volts. This is a 33 microfarad at only 250 volts. Look at the size. It won't even fit in there. And that's a 250. Can you imagine a 400 or 450? No way. The only way I'm going to be able to do that is to mount that on the outside, even though my viewers said no. I'm not going to mess with this. All it's going to do is take up a lot of my time, which I have a lot of. However, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just get another one on eBay. It's less hassle. So this here, these here are 33 microfarad at only 160 volts. Yes, it's axle lead. Yeah, that would fit in there, but it's only 160 volts. So obviously we can't use that. So if I want to increase the capacity, yeah, I can come up with a 450 volt 47. Let me bring one of them out. Guarantee you it's going to be twice the size of that one. All right. A good happy medium would be to put in a 47 at 450 volts. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, folks. It's not going to happen. Look at the size of that. Now, there's only one way, and it could be mounted vertically, but you'd have to leave the thing out of the case. I can mount it vertically, and I haven't even looked for the 1,000 microfarad yet for these guys. I'm not even going to bother with this. I did want to give you an update video. All intentions were to go and change the capacity, the capacitors, and the ones I have for the other end there, the output side, is way too small. So, no. I don't know how they come up with a 400 volt at 33 microfarad to be so small. I don't have a 400 volt. I have 450, and then the next one down would be 350 volts. So we don't want to be putting that in because it's only going to blow anyway. So, well, hey. I think we'll just leave it alone. Before we end the video, let me go check and see what I got on these. But the only way I'm going to be able to do that on this end and this is to add leads to them and bring them to the outside of the case. Another thing too, it's been suggested that the RFI is caused because these cheaper ones don't have shielding. So the question is, do I wrap the plastic box in aluminum foil? And if so, do I need to bring out a third wire for ground, or just wrapping it around the outside of the case, without touching the pins, of course, is going to contain the RFI? Now, I've seen some where they put a thing all the way around, because I've junked a lot of these, but never worked on them because they're just too damn small. But then what do? You ground your shield to this? If you do that, the only thing I have that would go around here would be aluminum foil. I don't have anything else. So it's not worth it, folks. You spend more money on capacitors than you can get the whole damn power supply for. And they're all made in China anyways. All right, I'll be back. I just want to go and see if I have any of these 1,000 microfarads. I do not have them in here. I got one more box, shelf to look through. I'll be right back. Okay. These are 1,000 microfarads each at 16 volts. Here is 1,000 at 50 volts. There's no way that's going to be mounted there. That has to go on the outside of the box. No two ways about it. So, you know what you're going to end up doing, you're going to mount this one, which will end up being 47 at 450 volts, huge, on the outside of the box. In spite of what people say, it'll have to go on the outside of the box. These will go on the outside of the box. So, therefore, you do not use this box. In other words, I'd have to go out and buy a plastic box larger to drop these in, or put them on the inside of the box by using a box that will be about the same length, but twice the width, so I can lay the capacitors down like this and have the board go in here. There is no way in hell you're going to be able to fix this. There's specialized parts that they use in these things, special capacitors. Here is a 1,000 microfarad at only 25 volts. They're even taller. So that's it. I've got capacitors here. I don't have anything in this box either that will replace this. So in ending on this video, and we're going to end this, we're not going to mess around with this stuff. All I'm going to do is waste good capacitors trying to make this thing work. It's not worth it. These are throwaway electronics. If you replace, I don't have them, but even if I had 16 volt, 1,000 microfarad, which I think 16 volts is too low, even though it's putting out 9, it's only going to crap out again. It's going to be short-lived. It's not worth it. Not worth it. You want to double the voltage, and that'll help a lot. So that's it, folks. I'm going to end this video now. I just want to give you an update, let you know that I am giving it a try. I've done the best I can with the materials I have. And to tell you the honest truth, this is just too damn small to work on. So we're going to do now that dehumidifier is only probably a couple of years old, maybe, I don't know when they made it, 2 or 3 years ago. So maybe the capacitors I have are larger simply because they're not the brand new, most newest capacitors out there. This is an example of the kind I have here. Not this one. This particular one is not for this power supply, but and these, I don't know where I got these from. I want to thank you for watching. Like I say, I did give it a try, and I can only do what I can do with the materials that I have, and I am not going to go ordering parts, capacitors, for something that is just not worth fixing. At best, it'll never go back into the case properly. Be better off just buying another one. But we figured we'll give this a try. And as far as parts on these things, there's nothing worth salvaging in here. You know. Caps are no good. Nothing in here that I want. Thanks for watching.